and was really upset. She called me a manipulator. She called me a gaslighter. She asked me if I was a psychopath. And I mean, the first thing I said was like, do you even know me?
Being very nervous about confronting Christian. Being autistic, I definitely thrive on emotional consistency when it comes to commitment.
You know what though? I'm actually getting sick and tired of Cleo, to be honest with you. I mean, the fact that she asked this man, are you a psychopath? That's hilarious. But that's not why I'm getting sick and tired. Every episode, Cleo has to remind us that she's autistic. Being autistic means da-da-da-da. Listen, stop telling us. We know. We know. Okay? Now, listen, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. There is a certain part of it where, well, maybe she's been tasked by the producers to educate people on people that are autistic. Maybe that's it. But the thing is though, the reason why I'm getting sick and tired of it is because I feel like it's not portraying autistic people in the right way. You know, it's making, in my opinion, autistic people come across as if they are all just hard work, you know, as if they're like high maintenance, you know what I mean? Because the matter of fact is, when people watch TV and they consume a product, people then end up generalizing that product and thinking that everyone is like this, you know? There's so many people who don't really know much about autism, right? And they're probably thinking, damn, so this is everything that an autistic person goes through. Do they have to repeat all the time as well? Okay, so basically I can't even have this conversation with them. So you know what I mean? Like, and that's the thing sometimes, you know, in society, anything that is glorified or given to us or we consume the most on a TV or social media can sometimes be a person's only opinion. And then they run with it forever, you know? This has happened from generations upon generations in so many different forms. You know what I mean? Okay, whether it's how a country is portrayed, or how a certain gender is portrayed, or how a certain race is portrayed, or how you know what I mean? Like people end up running with it, you know, and it's very, very irritating. Because I know people that are autistic and they're nowhere near to Cleo's maintenance. But I personally think, just like Harold. I said the thing about Harold before, Match Me Abroad, I feel like that she's really playing on the autism card way too much as a purpose of just having a reason to react the way she's reacting. When in reality, her reactions and her actions are based on just who she is as a person, not necessarily linked to the fact that she's autistic. I'll let you have that debate. But let's continue, because now we're in this situation where Cleo's arrived with one of her friends to confront Christian about why he wasn't honest about the intimacy. She brought her friend over. Great stuff, great stuff, great stuff. Yeah, sure.
And because Christian has gone back so much on his words, I do need that emotional support of a friend. Oh, that sounds serious.
Like, imagine watching this and thinking to yourself, damn, so if I got up an autistic person and we had a conflict, would they have to bring their friend with them, their one-to-one with them? I say one-to-one because I remember for me, I used to be a one-to-one to autistic children. I used to work with them. So that's the reference of me saying at one-to-ones. So I know, do I need to bring my one-to-one me to have a conversation with my partner? Like, how old is Cleo again? Like, you're a grown-ass woman. Like, come on. I know you don't need this level of, like, come on, because you're not only like you're a grown-ass woman that was born a man, that had the courage and the confidence to transition into being a woman. You know what I mean? All of that takes a lot of mental strength. So don't be acting like as if you're not mentally strong like this. If she wants to talk about anyone being a psycho or being manipulative and whatnot, I mean, I wouldn't look too far away, then go into the goddamn mirror. But let's continue.
I told you that I was perfectly happy being open. What leads you to think that I would change my mind when I've never ever not stuck to what I said to you?
But you know what, though, at the same time, I really emphasize on the autistic part. I'm not going to emphasize on the transgender part. Like, is this what it's like to be with a trans person? Like, you have to just have like, this is a headache.
Because I was trying to avoid a situation like this where...
I thought you created this situation.
Yeah.
I mean, why would I have sex with you last night and express those feelings and then lie?
Well, you kind of did.
But I didn't, not in my mind.
I mean, on Chris's behalf, that didn't sound smart. That did sound quite stupid, to be fair. But listen, at the same time, it's his first time, so maybe he was a bit unsure. I mean, maybe it happens. I don't know. I would never be in this situation. You know what I mean? But if you're telling me that this is what happens when you sleep or date someone that is trans, that they get that they get emotional over technicalities. That's a madness. That is a madness. Are you crazy? Well, I shall never find out regardless, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I got to find a friend, man. I need a friend, a male friend that is in a relationship or a date or has ever dated a trans woman before. I got to know, man. Do you get, yo, bro, did you get questioned after intimacy, whether it was real or not? You know, I'm playing too much.
I think Christian is trying to save his face. I think he just got caught and he just was trying to find an excuse.
You shouldn't even be here.
And I feel that's partially the reason why he's so defensive.
Or he's got two women coming at him right now. Like, yo, understand this. If I was in this situation, I've got two women coming at me like this. I mean, for me personally, I would actually walk out, to be honest with you. If you walked in with with one of your friends, I'd be like, rah, is this what we're doing now? Okay, well, it's very simple. If you want to have a conversation, it's either one, your friend leaves or I leave. Make that choice, because this conversation between you and I couldn't give a damn about your moral support. What about my moral support? Do I have one right here, right now? Do you want me to call our friends too? Hey, yo, buddy, come and give me some sort of support, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Why are you here? Why are you talking? Be quiet. Like, go home. So it's a case of where it's either I stay or you go. It's that simple. You know what I mean? Come on, man. This is ridiculous. Ah, man. But let's continue. I'm just saying, what has been portrayed here is actually jarring.
I am being defensive. Like, between the two of them, both chiming in, it's very uncomfortable. I just want the opportunity to talk to Cleo one-on-one, because I feel like...
Exactly. You should have done this in the very get-go.
Now she's not giving me the benefit of the doubt, and it's really leaving me thinking, is this even a relationship that I can be in anymore?
I know it would be one that I couldn't be in 100%. Like, come on, man. This is pathetic. Pathetic.
I mean, I'm not going to be in a relationship with somebody that calls me these types of things.
I'm sorry that I did not filter myself, but I was very upset. I still struggle to understand why you would hide that.
I heard the same words from Howard half the time. I'm still struggling to understand. Stylist does the same thing. I'm struggling to understand.
We had been intimate. I obviously felt, oh, maybe he's not ready to be dating somebody that is transgender and doing it publicly.
I could care about what society thinks.
You know, one of my biggest issues with Cleo is that she really projects a lot of her own insecurities and she puts it onto Christian. A lot of it is just her own, to be honest with you. Like, yo, why are you projecting this so much? You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, you chose to try a relationship with a straight man, right? And at the end of the day, if you're gonna put yourself in this position, well then, what are you doing with your life? Like you gotta, you know, she spoke about how I'll gotta act more like a woman or whatever, all that kind of stuff, right? Well, let's keep it simple. If you're gonna go in a relationship with someone that is straight, okay, the way I look at it is very simple. Go into the relationship and just act normal. Don't go into a relationship walking on an eggshell whether this person is going to accept you or not. The fact that this person is open to being in a relationship with you, is open to kissing you, open to sleeping in the same bed as you, open into sharing the same saliva as you, open to do other stuff with you. What else do you need? Just be casual with it. Treat it normal. That's it. But to always be projecting the fact that, oh, maybe he's not ready to... How are you telling him that what he's ready for? How can you be telling someone that? That is... Oh, man. You know what I mean? Like, come on. Like, listen, I would understand if she was like, okay, I don't think he's ready for a serious relationship. I can understand that. But to keep going on about, oh, I don't think he's ready I don't think he's ready for to be in a relationship with a transgender person, bloody daddy, da. Oh... Well, if you don't think he's ready for it or whatever the hell you don't think, then don't be with him. Save yourself the headache. It's like she's trying to force him to be more direct with his emotions towards her. Which, to be honest with you, even women that are biologically women, even they do that, to be fair, you know what I mean? To men that are straight, right? You know what I mean? Cleo's messing up my brain cells. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. She's doing too much. She's just doing way too much, man. Like, just stop.
What my family thought influenced me for a very short
I
time.
get that. I'm more interested in
I'm giving
understanding
you the
where your
truth.
feelings
This is the
are.
thing. So now you're questioning me when I'm telling you the truth.
I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I dislike that when you're trying to tell someone something, they keep interrupting you, man. Like, come on. Yo, I mean, was Cleo really born biologically a male? Because Cleo was definitely a female, man. Always interrupting and things. You know, right, ladies? Yeah, you know about that, right? When you ask a man a question and you interrupt him all the time. Jesus. Oh, man, I'm getting myself in trouble. I love it.
You seem very upset, and I don't want you to get upset. I'm willing to give you a benefit of the doubt because I really, really care.
I'm very upset. This is very.
Cut me with the BS, man. Listen, you turned up with your friend, and you're telling me you want to give him the benefit of the doubt, and you do realize he's going to be upset. You turned up with your friend. That is one reason alone that I need to be upset with you.
This is very upsetting. I did not ever feel bad about being transparent about our intimacy.
I kind of feel like we're going round in circle. I think you probably missed the fact that I'm willing to give you the benefit of the doubt.
That is a fair point.
Are you? No, I don't feel like that.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to see your perspective. You had second thoughts.
No,
no,
ever. No.
That's not what I meant. I just.
All right, kids, come on, man, let's behave now.
Man, you had second thoughts about the fact that I'd be comfortable telling everybody that we had been intimate.
Yes.
But to be fair, I will say this though. I don't feel like that Cleo should necessarily be apologizing for that, because 100% there's no way in hell that she has second thoughts about telling everyone. Christian is definitely talking a whole lot of gobbledygook in that situation. Do you know what I mean? So to be honest with you, if there's anything to be apologizing for me personally, I just think if there's going to be any apology in this conversation, it should be, I'm sorry that I brought my friend with me, to be honest with you. Apart from that, I don't really think this is a situation where an apology is necessarily needed. I think it's more of a conversation where there just needs to be an understanding of knowing where we stand. You know what I mean? Okay. Of course, an apology can be said, but like I said before, I don't think it's mandatory in the situation. It's just a matter of knowing that you walked away with an understanding of where you know where things kind of went a bit pear-shaped. But I understand her apologizing because obviously Christian over here, he's obviously flipped the situation, you know, and made it in this way. You know what I mean? So I do get it, but that ain't the part, to be honest with you. Do you know what I mean? If anything, I think it should be Christian just apologizing for that part, and then that part alone, and then we leave it there. You know what I mean? But yeah.
Okay. But I'm kind of trying to keep the peace, shut it all down, and not think about it because I'm terrified that if I'm so confused right now, because I'm still unsure that he's comfortable with dating a trans woman. That if I do, this could be the last straw for our relationship. But it's really not what I want because I'm invested. I'm really invested.
Listen, the fact is, this is the situation with Cleo here. You know, you don't want to lose the guy. You want to be with the guy. You know what I mean? So I understand that a lot of her actions do come from just paranoia. You know, they just come from being nervous. You know, and not wanting to be heartbroken, and that is completely understandable. You know, everyone has a sensitive spot, but this isn't the way to behave. You know, I feel like you're kind of self-sabotaging this relationship for yourself. But listen, this is not to say that Christian is a saint in any kind of way. I just think that I just feel like Cleo needs to do a better job of not projecting so much emotion onto their relationship. You know what I mean? To be honest with you, that's what I think. If anything, maybe a counselor would help. I don't know. But hey, man, at the end of the day, as far as I'm concerned, right? Their relationship has definitely become more successful than I imagined it to have come, to be honest with you. I thought Christian was going to be a complete arse about it more than he is, to be honest with you. And I think I'm appreciating that from him more. And I think that's why I'm just like a bit harder on Cleo, because she just keeps projecting so much insecurity and it's just so annoying. And a lot of people who project a lot of insecurities end up ruining things for themselves. And also at the same time, when somebody projects so much insecurity, the person you're with ends up struggling to be truthful with you because they don't know what to say, because they don't want to trigger you. They don't want you to be upset. They don't want you to start crying. Do you see what I'm saying? So there is that too. But hey, you guys let me know what you're thinking down below and talk about it. Don't forget to like, sub, and of course, peace.